Hey kids, Treacle here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you another edition of Hey Lamb, where I sit and have a conversation with another Super Mariah fan. And today I'm sat with Dimitri.
Hi.
Shut up. You were DMing Mariah directly?
A moment to cherish forever.
Who else can say they were Mariah's personally invited guest at an award show?
I need a refill after this video, but cheers.
Hey Dimitri.
Hi.
Hey Lamb, how are you?
Hello, good. How are you?
Very good. It's a pleasure to meet you. I came across you because of your fabulous YouTube channel. Tell us about that quickly.
Thank you. So I started it about, I would say actually, the first video I ever did was my caution reaction video. Of course, highly anticipated. So I was like, I have to capture my reaction because I already know that I already knew it just needed to be captured. So set up the camera and shot it, and I just fell in love with it. The whole editing process and just watching my reaction over, I was like, I need to continue this. So I just continued it.
Great. Well, I'm glad you did, and so many other people, I'm sure. I caught that reaction video. You've done different albums, and also you did the quiz one, which was it called Lamely Feud? Playing
Yes,
on Family Feud.
Yes,
Yeah, so
exactly.
tell everyone about, because that's one I want to give a shout out to, because that's really fun to watch. So tell everyone a little bit about that particular video, because I love that on your channel.
So Lamely Feud was just a random idea. I originally had a quiz at a caution release party. I made a little quiz and it turned out to be really fun. So I was like, well, we should definitely get this on camera. And so I came up with a game show concept. Gathered some close Lamb friends and we shot the first episode. Ray and Justin were fabulous in that they brought so much energy and humor to that video. But yeah, it was just so much fun and I wanted to continue it on, but I just needed to gain some more knowledge and plan it better. But yeah, definitely kicking that off again, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's a great concept. It was loads of fun to watch. And part of the fun of watching it was you could tell how much fun you guys were having doing it as well.
It was hilarious.
So yeah, looking forward to more Lamely Feud. Tell us all a little bit about your background with Mariah. First of all, like, where are you from? I know which time zone you're in, but tell us a little bit about where you're from, your background, and how you came to the Lamely.
So I live in LA currently. I grew up about an hour and a half north of here in Bakersfield. It's not a very festive town, but of course I came to LA, which I'm very grateful for because I have had a lot of Mariah moments since I've moved out here. But so my mother actually tells me a story. Let me grab my splash as well. We have to have a little cheers moment, darling.
We have to have cheers. Cheers, darling.
Cheers. So my mother actually told me that when she was pregnant with me, she used to put her cassette in her boombox and put it next to her stomach and play Mariah Carey. And that
Wow.
would calm me down when I would kick. She told me this story after I came to her and I was like, oh my God, Mom, like this song by this woman named Mariah Carey. And she's like, Mariah Carey, I know who Mariah Carey is. And she was like, you like Mariah Carey? And I was like, oh, I love this song. And that's when she told me the story about playing Mariah Carey for me. So I was a lamb in the womb, darling, okay? But yeah, so
not many of us join the Lamely from the womb. That's amazing.
Not many people have that to their credit, but...
So I want to jump into your many social media interactions you've had with Mariah, because every lamb's dream is to get a like or a retweet or a shout out or something, especially like this year's been amazing, right? With lockdown, and Mariah seems to be on Twitter almost every other day. And I've got my notifications set whenever she tweets, you know, my phone pings, I'm straight on it. We all try and get like a little mention. You've had more than one little mention and little notice from Mariah. And Talk me through them.
I've had many more failed attempts as well. But so the first interaction I've ever had with her on social media was, do you remember when I'm sure you remember, when she came out with the butterfly drink?
Yeah, the sugary pink thing during the Stella era, yes.
Very sugary drink, yes. Of course I had to support, so I ran straight over to Walgreens and bought, I don't know, like I just emptied whatever they had in there. I took them all. And I took a picture and I posted it, and I can't remember exactly what I captioned it. Something about staying well stocked to listen to me I Am Mariah. and she replied with "Perfect while listening to Thirsty." And this is the first time ever that I've had a reaction or an interaction with her. So I was just like, wait.
I bet you freaked out.
I did. I was like, is this really Mariah Carey? And I went, the blue check mark was there. I was like, this is real. This is really happening.
I've got the tweet here in front of me. Yeah, I stay stocked so I can sip along with hashtag Mia and Mariah. And you've got the album there in front of, like you say, the stock that you just pour them out there to have apply. Perfect while listening to Thirsty with a couple of cocktail glasses, because why not? That's amazing. So that was your first one. What else?
So another minor interaction, just a minor interaction. We went to Barnes & Noble. Us Lambs thought she may have shown up there, which she didn't. She was actually shooting the With You music video at the time. But it was still fun. A bunch of Lambs got together and we just hung out outside of Barnes & Noble. They had the GTFO sign set up. So,
yes, I remember that because they teased it and it was like something really big. And I remember saying to my best friend, I think she's announcing the Memoir, because Barnes & Noble and there's something, and then the GTFO went up. And I remember people, maybe you were one of them, like tweeting like a photo, and everyone on the internet's watching like, well, is that it? Like, what else is happening? They literally just put, it was really weird, wasn't it? It was a bit anticlimactic.
Yeah, it was. I think Barnes & Noble definitely talked it up more than anything, because Mariah hadn't mentioned anything, I don't think, about it.
No, I think it was Barnes & Noble, and the Lamley picked up on it, and it just flashed across the internet. But I remember there being a group of lambs on Twitter outside, and yeah, I would have been glued to your updates maybe.
Yeah, no, I definitely was there for sure. She didn't show up. We stayed very late. We took a few pictures in front of the sign, and I posted a single one and then a group one, and she actually retweeted both of them. So she knew we were there waiting. She knew we were there. So after the retweets, we stayed a little bit longer, like maybe this means she's on her way, but no.
Just in case. I've definitely been there myself in terms of being outside a hotel in London, and you know she's there, and you're told she's not coming outside or she's shooting, she's doing something, but you're like, well, we're already here. So, you know, what if she's got a little bit extra time on her hands and she figures that she might as well come downstairs? Or what if they come down and they want to take some CDs in to be signed or whatever? So I have once stood outside a hotel for 12 hours with not anything.
Yes.
But if you're already there, you've already made the effort, so you figure,
might as well. And
you
get to hang out with lambs too, so that's always worth it. Yeah, for sure. Another moment that I had, actually, which unfortunately Twitter has removed it due to copyright, but Mariah actually quoted the tweet, retweeted it, had a little interaction. Some lambs and we had went out on the street when All I Want for Christmas Is You went #1, and we just went to celebrate. We didn't have this planned. We just went to celebrate, to have some drinks for the song going #1. And one of my friends was like, we should ask people if they know what song is #1, and we'll give them $1 if they get the answer right.
I love that.
So
that's got YouTube Gold written all over it straight away.
I believe it still is on my YouTube. Twitter removed it, but I believe it's still on my YouTube. Yes.
People need to go and see this, because I saw this before I knew you. Like, now I know you and your channel, but I saw this, I feel like, at the time.
Oh, okay.
So I saw this quite a while ago. Not quite, it's less than a year ago, but I saw it many months ago, but it's brilliant.
Currently, the #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100.
Is it Mariah Carey? All I Want for
Yeah!
We just went out on the street and just started asking random people, and it actually turned into a lot more fun than we thought it would be, just because surprisingly a lot more people knew what song was #1 on the Billboard charts. You know, I didn't think that people followed the charts like that, the way that a lot of us do. But no, everybody, and the answers were quick sometimes. They're like, oh, Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. And it was just whenever they would guess the song right, we would play the song on the speaker, and it would just bring so much joy to them in that moment, which was also really nice to see, just that song. They weren't expecting to hear it, but the moment they got the answer right and we played the song, they just lit up. And it just brought so much joy.
But what was the interaction then that Mariah had?
Oh, so the interaction, she quoted the tweet and she said, I'm living for this. And then she tagged Billy. How do you pronounce his last name? From Billy on the Street?
I just know him as Billy on the Street.
Yeah, okay. So we'll just use that. So she said, she had quoted the tweet and she said, living for this. It was another moment.
Love it. So you're striking gold with Mariah multiple times here. you know what's going to get her attention.
She did the whole Chinese theater thing, which was, of course, her hands and feet ceremony, which was great. She looked amazing. We had got invited. I don't remember exactly how. Her team had somehow reached out. I don't remember if it was via email or Twitter. I don't quite remember. I just jump on it as soon as I can. So we ended up going there. She did the whole interview thing, her photos, everybody was there. She made her speech, and then she left. And we were like, oh, that's it. She left. But it was still fun. We enjoyed it. But as they were allowed, like they just emptied out a whole group of people that were like on some sort of like Hollywood tour or whatever, and they just happened to be there, so they allowed them to come in. They emptied all of them out, and then somebody came running up and was like, stop, you guys right here, she wants to meet you guys, she wants to come out and say hi. So of course at that moment my heart dropped. I was like, this is really happening. We've had social media interactions, but nothing like this. So we wait there, she comes out, she changes her shoes, she gets more comfortable, and she's just so much more relaxed. The cameras are gone, and she's just so much more very relaxed, and she's just very comfortable. She knows that she's surrounded by people who absolutely adore her.
Safe space. She's got that. I've seen that switch myself. The cameras go away, the press go away. She knows, she feels it, and you feel that shift in energy.
She's just naturally Mariah, and it's a beautiful thing to see. She's making her rounds. I'm kind of like at the end. Finally, she gets close enough. I asked her for a photo, and she was like, yes, and then she got tied up doing autographs, and then when she came back to me, I wasn't going to ask for the photo again. She already had said yes, so I was just going to let her remember if she remembered, and surprisingly, she did. She's like, you wanted a photo, right? And I was like, yes, and then we took the photo, and I am so happy that I'm happy with the picture.
This is a gorgeous photo. I'm looking at it right now. So this is a selfie. You're taking this. You're in control of the angle and everything.
Yeah, it's a selfie.
Yeah, but this is, you've hit your angle. You know your angle. Mariah, as we know, invented angles. Mm-hmm. She knows exactly where the head tilt is pointed. That is a really great photo because there's a barrier there. It's a quick selfie. There's lots of people around you. I've seen this moment go very, very wrong for a lot of other people, but you scored. You did really well there with that photo. So you had a whole moment surrounding the Billboard Icon Award, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And I've seen a little something about this on your YouTube channel. There's a video there that kind of takes us all through it. But take me through it here. Talk to me about how you ended up being in her presence at this moment.
We saw on Twitter that they had put up a billboard for Mariah Carey congratulating her on receiving her Billboard Icon Award. Mm-hmm. So me and some close Slam friends had the idea. We're like, let's go take a picture in front of this billboard. Not thinking anything of it, just an excuse for us to get together, hang out, and of course have a little Mariah moment. So we all put on our merch, and we went out and grabbed some coffee, and then went to the billboard and took a picture. Posted it, of course, to share with the lambs. Hopefully Mariah may like it, maybe retweet it, And she did, but she quoted it. She said, I freaking love this. 4 tickets to the Billboard award show are yours if you want them.
That is awesome. Where were you when you saw this tweet?
I was asleep, and I had woke up to like 20 missed calls, like 100 text messages. My phone was blowing up.
I bet.
I just picked it up. I was like, what is going on? And then everybody was like, check your Twitter. So automatically I was like, Mariah retweeted. I thought that that's what it was, and I opened it, and when I read the quote, obviously I was like, right away I just replied to the tweet, and I was like, yes, we want them, we're very interested. And then we received a DM. I believe the DM was from her team, and they were like, hey, Mariah wants to give you the tickets. Are you really interested? Can you all make it out? And we were like, of course we can. Like, we'll quit our jobs if we have to. No. But of course we said yes. And then so they let us know how we can get our tickets and whatnot. And then later on, I received some more DMs as far as like details on how to pick up the tickets. And so I was replying to the person thinking that this was her team still. And then like a little message popped up after the and it just said, P.S. This is MC. Hi.
No.
I was like, wait,
Shut
I
up.
was DMing Mariah.
You were
Carey.
DMing
Yes,
Mariah directly?
Yes, I didn't know that at first, and then after that, of course, then I sent her, you know, a long message about
Oh
how
my
much I love
God.
her and whatnot. And then she didn't really, I don't remember what she said after that. I think she just sent like 2 heart emojis after what I sent, but it was super sweet when it was just like, P.S. It's MC, hi. My heart just dropped. It was
Oh
like,
my God, Dimitri, that is so amazing.
yeah,
That is awesome.
it was definitely a moment to cherish forever.
So presumably you went to the Billboard Awards. So fast forward to the
Of
actual
course.
day. Talk me through the day.
Just walking in and just like seeing the lights and just like Billboard Awards 2019 on the, like, you know, the whole stage setup, everything. It was just, I was just so happy to be there. It was just such a surreal moment.
Yeah.
And then of course, once they start setting up, you could see them like setting up her stage. You see the M in the background. So it's like, okay, she's next, she's next, she's next. And we were just super excited. She comes out on stage and she delivers an amazing performance. And that speech is amazing. I love it. And I can't believe that I was there to actually witness it.
I remember like getting a few seconds in and like, no, I need to like really stop and sit down and really soak this moment in, because it looks like it's going to be one of those awards acceptance speech moments. Like before she even started speaking, really just, you know, the tissue and everything. But
yes, that was a moment.
yeah, and I was really happy that it was Jennifer Hudson with her as well, because there was mutual respect there between the two of them. So wow, to be in the room for that must have been amazing. What was the atmosphere like at the awards?
During Mariah's moment, I think what I enjoyed the most was just looking down at all of the celebrities. And all of the other artists and how they were in awe as if they were fans at a concert.
I'm going to make sure that we include the video link to this memory of yours on your YouTube channel in the description, because I love a video diary of like a really significant moment, you know? And I think it's great if people have like the presence of mind to document moments like that, because you will forget things and just like the excitement and everything. So I think a vlog is a great thing to do. Who else can say they were Mariah's personally invited guest at an award show? Come on.
We were telling everybody. We were like in the Uber. We were like, oh, Mariah Carey invited us. We were here because Mariah gave us tickets. We were telling everybody. We went to the pizza place. We were telling everybody.
Brilliant.
These mimosas, they're hitting now. Let's take another drink. So Liren actually reached out to some lambs and said that Mariah wanted some fans to be at the Mixed premiere. And a lamb reached out to me and a couple of other lambs and was like, hey, Mariah wants to invite us to this Mixed premiere. Are you guys in? Of course. We were like, you don't have to ask. We'll be there. We'll take the days off. We will be there. Yes, absolutely. So we go to the Mixed premiere, and the premiere was really nice. They had, of course, you know, an open bar, which I absolutely enjoyed. And of course, there were other celebrities there as well, Tracy Alice Ross and everybody else who was in the show. But fast forward to Mariah's part. Mariah comes out looking gorgeous as ever in this brown dress. I am just loving the way she looks. And then, of course, she premiered the song there, which was the first time we heard it. After her speech, of course, she went to the back, and then we went outside and we waited. By the looks of it, she was going to come out and say hi. So, like, they came out and they told us, you know, everybody line up. We lined up. We were waiting for her. And she was getting ready to come out, and then somebody had stopped her. And, like, they turned her around, and then somebody came out and was like, hey, guys, we're going to actually change this. Mariah's going to meet you guys from inside of her car. So they moved us outside of the venue, and then she walks into her car, and then they let us go one by one to meet her, which was a little more nerve-wracking because, you know, her walking down and everybody's excitement, everybody's right there, versus individually now we are walking up to her and we're going to have our moment alone. So that was a lot. I was very nervous, but that moment was amazing because I got to have like a one-on-one interaction with her and like have a conversation with her. Brian was there, who we love Brian. Brian is so sweet. But yeah, I just shared a few things with her and she was very sweet. I was nervous, so she was like, it's okay. Like, she was like calming me down, of course. And there was a moment when they were like ending my time. They were like, okay, like go. And I was in the middle of something and I had stopped what I was saying. And she's like, no, like if you have something to say, go ahead, like say it, like finish your thought. And so I really liked that because she basically was telling them like,
Yeah.
let him have his moment. Like, he's in
Yeah.
the middle of saying something. So that was just such a great moment.
She's so sweet with things like that, isn't she? Like, she's very genuine. Like, she doesn't have to do that. She hasn't got to, make those moments. She could just be in the car on her way, but she wants to have those moments. And people might be saying, yeah, time to move on. But if you're mid thought or she's mid moment with you, she wants to see it through. She's very, very good like that, from my experience and from yours as well. And that's why I love sharing these things, because I think if you haven't had the opportunity to meet Mariah, it's still really rewarding to know that she genuinely cares, and she really does care about the fans, and she is generous with her time. And if you haven't had your moment with her yet, that time may still come. And she's just so generous.
Absolutely, and it will come.
One moment that I absolutely have to hit is your stage moment.
Wow, I feel like we have just been talking about moment after moment.
This is moment after moment after moment, and we're building up. We started off with social media interactions. You've had some retweets, you've had some comments, you've been DMing Mariah, you've been her personal invited guest to an award ceremony, but now that's not enough. So now we need to move on to the next moment. So talk to me about how you ended up on stage.
So the stage moment. So of course we know, like during the residency, she brings up people from the audience during Touch My Body. I actually had not planned to like try to get on stage. It had never been something that I thought I could make happen. I'm like, I reach for the retweets, I do, but I didn't think, me getting on stage was a possibility. I'm just sitting there in the audience, of course, enjoying the show, and she, of course, I think she recognizes familiar faces when she sees lambs who, consistently go to her shows. She'll definitely make sure to take some time to like point, wave, say hi, say something like, I see some familiar faces, of course. Fast forward to Touch My Body. Like I said, I wasn't planning for this moment. I was just enjoying it, dancing there with my drink. And then G. Madison, one of her dancers, comes walking up. And his eyes are locked. And I'm like, okay, he is making his way over here. And yeah, he just like grabbed me by the hand and was like, let's go. And then I was just like, at that moment, I was like, this is really happening. This is really happening. I never thought that I would be on stage in front of so many people. Like, I don't even know how to handle that moment.
So tell me about the second stage moment. There was another one.
So once again, G. Madison is making his way over. Eyes are locked. I don't know what it is. Maybe Mariah had mentioned something about my jacket earlier on during the show, so maybe that had something to do with it. But yeah, when he came and grabbed my hand once again, I was like, okay, make this a moment. So you can tell the difference between the first interaction, or the first stage moment, and the second stage moment. I get on the stage and I'm just living in the moment, like dancing on the stage, like showing her my jacket, just in the chair.
Hi, can you show everybody this jacket on the back before we start? And it says caution here. I'm so happy you guys are here. Who wants a splash? Because I do. Alright, we have some special guests on the stage tonight. Cause if you're on, you'll love and brag about this secret rendezvous.
That's amazing. You've had some incredible Mariah moments. I'm going to ask you a really tough question. If you had to pick one, which is the favorite?
Oh, okay. I would say for the whole experience moment, it would be the Billboard. Although I didn't meet her during that moment. See, this is a difficult question because now I feel like I want to change my answer but I didn't meet her that day.
Like, no one will ever know the intimacy of like an exchange between you and Mariah more than you, Mm-hmm. So it's just, they all sound amazing to me. And I'm sure they sound amazing to everyone listening, but yeah, I'm just curious, is the one that like really meant the most, or now that they've all happened and you reflect on them, is the one that you hold the dearest perhaps? Or is it just too tough to pick?
I mean, it's very tough to pick. It is very tough to pick, but I'm glad that you said the interaction, because I think thinking of it that way, it would be the Mixed Dish premiere, the interaction with her, the conversation. As I'm sure you noticed, I didn't really mention what we talked about during that moment. That is something that I hold, is precious to me. And I guess that would be my most cherished moment with her.
So here we are, right before the memoir. I've been anticipating this for a long, long time. I'm sure you have as well.
Absolutely.
What are you hoping for? What are you really looking forward to the most when we get our hands on this book?
The book itself, all of it, page 1 to page, how many pages? 300 and all of it. I am just looking forward to finally being able to read more into it, like more elaborated, like Mariah Carey actually getting into detail about these moments, actually mentioning things that we don't know. Of course, we know certain things, we know like the gist of things, of like what was going on or what may have been going on, but as far as like the detail or what she wants to actually let us know what was going on during these times, that's what I'm most looking forward to in the book.
Yeah, I'm much the same. I think there might be the occasional new storyline that we didn't know about, but for the most part, I know the plot line, but I want the embellishments. I want the details. I want her to enrich things. And there's that quality, that level of detail is only going to come from her telling her story from her perspective. How about the rarities? How do you feel about the track listing? Are you pleased? Are you left wanting for any tracks in particular?
No, I actually just, even though I already have it, I really wanted Do You Think of Me to be on the rarities. I love that song. Although it is a song that I watched your video, and then I know your feelings about having a song and as it taking up a space for a song that we didn't have already. However, I'm just really glad that song's on there.
I just feel like I can't help but be really greedy. You know, there's only 15 spots.
Exactly.
So we know this, we know this one. And I'm like, do we need the original Loverboy? I'm now on board with that because I had mixed feelings with that to start with. And then when the track listing dropped, I'm like, oh, close my eyes. You're taking a spot as well. No, we know you. We've lived with you for 20 plus years.
But it's new.
It's new. But the songs that are there, she obviously feels very, very strongly about. So although we know and love Do You Think of Me, Everything Fades Away, she wants them there. I'm happy for that. I'll co-sign on that. And you know what? The fact there's so many more songs that didn't make this, in my mind, this is volume 1.
Exactly.
Volume 2 exists in my mind. Volume 2 is just a few years down the road for me. So a couple of quick fire questions for you to finish, Dimitri. I've already pressed you on your favorite moment, which is probably the hardest question because you've had so many amazing moments.
I'll probably change it.
I like to ask everyone that I chat to, what is your current favorite song? Do you have a favorite song of all time of Mariah's, or do you have like a current flavor right now? What are you currently listening to?
The Roof always comes up first, but then when I listen to 4th of July, I'm like, oh, but 4th of July. And then, of course, like the singles off of the Butterfly album are just so classic. My All, the ballad. I don't, that is a very difficult question. That is the harder question than before.
My next question was favorite album, but I think you perhaps answered it there. Butterfly.
Absolutely.
Seems to be producing.
Without a doubt. You see, these are, you can't see, but Butterfly is all the way at the top of my vinyls here.
Butterfly is, how do you top Butterfly? Like how?
You cannot.
It just has...
You literally...
It's queen of the discography.
It is, and it's like one of her favorites, if not her favorite. We have Butterfly all the way at the top, of course.
Do you have any favorite live performances? What I'm having really fun doing on my channel is revisiting some of her iconic live performances. And sometimes a favorite live performance isn't always like your favorite song or something because she does something different with it. But I'm just curious to pick your brain. Do you have any that stand out in your mind?
The first one that comes to mind is My All live in Italy. I love that performance. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I recently did a reaction video to that because I've watched that 100 times. So it's not like none of my reaction videos are like really interesting reaction videos because I'm just like rewatching, like, hey, watch me watch something I've watched 100 times.
Yeah.
But I absolutely adore that performance so much. Anytime she does the ballad into the dance version is incredible, and in concert it just feels like the most. You get the best of both worlds because you get both versions of the song that we know and love. But something about that performance in Italy is just so amazing.
Exactly. And it's funny that you say that because I do this. Of course, I've watched almost, if not every single Mariah Carey performance. So I'm like, when I do these reactions, I'm reacting to a video that I've already watched. However, no, it's still a reaction because the emotions in that reaction she brings from that performance, I'm just capturing it on film, you know?
Yeah, and we're just sharing the love. And also, if you are sharing your reaction to something that you've seen before, maybe you're bringing it to someone's attention for the first time.
Exactly.
Or you're reminding each other. So I watch reaction videos that someone else is reacting to Mariah, and I've seen what they're watching. I've seen that many times, but it's fun for me to watch their reaction, whether it's their first time or like, oh, I've not watched this in 5 years or something. I forgot about this performance or something. It's a really fun way of reminding each other of all the different performances, because here we are 30 years in, she's got so many amazing live performances. There's a whole wealth out there on the internet of fun performances.
And so many details of each performance that you may miss or not appreciate as much until you see somebody else's reaction to that specific detail.
Dimitri, if people want to find you online, where can they find and follow you?
So my Twitter is at Dimitri, L for L, of course, Lamb for Lamb. That is where I'm most active as far as Mariah Carey posts and tweets. My Instagram is a little more personal. However, it's heavily Mariah influenced as well. That is at Dimitri. It's a little play on my name because I try to have a little humor on that page as well. And then, of course, my YouTube as well is also Dimitri. Dummytri.
Fantastic. We will make sure all of the links are in the description below. Guys, you really do need to go and check out Dimitri's YouTube channel, because I've had very happy viewings of the current videos, and hopefully we've got some new content coming from you soon, Dimitri, on there as well. Stay tuned. Dimitri, you've been an absolute joy and a pleasure. Thank you so much for sitting down and sharing all your festive moments with me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Of course, this was a lot of fun. Anytime.
I'll speak to you again real soon. You take care of yourself.
I need a refill after this video, but cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Take care.
You too.